Today I'm going to talk about a common object that is frequently seen and usually brings a smile to your face. And the object is, my associate Craig thanks, puts up, boo, Bendy Guy. Woo! How many people love Bendy Guy? Yay! Thank you so much. Bendy Guy is also known as Tube Man, as Waving Dude, as, oh my God, you're such a dork. You love that guy. Yeah, I really do. Did you know the very first Tube Man was created by a man named Peter Minshall in Trinidad? He created it because he was charged with making outrageous costumes for the Carnival. I've never been, but I hear it's a big deal, Carnival. And so he created a 20-foot Bendy Guy, very successful. And then he said, what the heck, what am I going to do with this 20-foot Bendy Guy? It's not really, I can't really store it in the garage. And so it was on display at the 1996 Olympics in Atlanta. And then he made a smaller version that was on stage at the Grammys with somebody named Ricky Martin, which I had to Google because I had no idea who he was. Unfortunately, not everybody likes Bendy Guy. Give me a big, not everybody likes Bendy Guy. I know. There are some people, there's Schadenfreude's people in Houston, Texas, that say, and I quote, they ban Bendy Guy because he contributes to virtual clutter. Contributes to virtual clutter. I say no. Well, I love Bendy Guy, and people that I know that I love Bendy Guy. And so I was absolutely thrilled this year when, for Christmas, I got my own Bendy Guy. Woo! Now I'm going to have to turn him off in a minute because, you know, I've got the floor. All right. So my own Bendy Guy. And when I opened it, I said, how did you know? Well, it turns out that my grandchildren, where they were talking, what can we get, Mavi, Grandma? And they said, well, you know, grandma's a goofball. She's kind of a dork and she loves those Bendy Guys. Amazon, yay, Bendy Guy. So here's where the HFR comes in. Bendy Guys are happy. I dare somebody to look, unless you have a really bad attitude, to look at a Bendy Guy and I go, he's so stupid, you know, and then just wave back at him. I'm generally known as being happy. That could be good or could be bad, but I am. Years ago, I was working with a woman on a project and I didn't really like her, but, you know, I was trying to be polite. And at one point she said to me, you know, Vicki, I said, is there a situation here? Because we weren't connecting. And she said, you know, here's the deal. I don't trust you. And I said, what? You know, I could take, you have body odor or, you know, something, but she didn't trust me. And I said, why? She said, you are too stinking happy. I said, yes. And she said, didn't anything bad ever happen to you in life? I said, yes, it has. She said, tell me something. So I, you know, gave her a snippet. And then she said, is it true? And I said, mostly. No, I said, yes, yes, it is true. So I believe in being happy. And so that is what the H for the happy guy, happy Bendy Guy means. And number two, Oliver mentioned it before, and that's being flexible. Let's put him on again. Look at this guy. He moves everywhere. Woo! Bendy Guy. All right. He's a Bendy Guy. Imagine you come to Toastmasters. Well, you are. Okay, so imagine you're at Toastmasters and somebody comes in, and Dave, who is the only person here because he sleeps here overnight the night before, says, oh man, Toastmaster didn't show up. Rick, or I'm sorry, I'm thinking Rick, and I'm pointing to somebody else. They'd say, Ruth, you just biked all the way in because you're not afraid of cold weather. And Dave will say, could you be Toastmaster? And Ruth says, sure. And then he said, we have no speakers. Could you be a speaker? Ruth says, sure. And then it's really cold and everybody's being a wiener and they're like, oh, Schadenfreude and everybody else. And he said, could you also evaluate yourself and time yourself? And you say, all right. And that is being flexible. Being flexible also means that you come to a place, this has happened to me years ago, and, you know, I had my little, what I was going to talk about. And it was a serious speech. It was a serious speech for a group of seniors, and it was about gratitude, and it was serious. So the person introduces me and says, "Oh, Vicki Snyder is so funny. Oh my gosh, you are going to roll in the aisles laughing at what she has to say to you today." And not really. And so quickly, that's where I learned to think on my feet and try to say, well, yeah, here I'm talking, and completely had to throw it out the window and wing it. So that's flexibility. R is for, I'm sorry, F is for flexible. F is for flexible. I wrote this last night. R is for resilient, because regardless of the weather, Bendy Man is out there. You've seen him in the rain. You've seen him in the snow. You've probably seen him in a hurricane flying across the street. There is a local Bendy Guy, and I'm going to challenge you to try to find the local Bendy Guy in a couple minutes. But first of all, I want to ask you a question. Why is he called a Bendy Guy? Why is there not a Bendy woman? But ladies and gentlemen, Toastmasters, Karen, by golly, there is a Bendy woman. Okay, let me keep her head straight, because she has this beautiful, turn. Okay. Oh, turn. Okay, sorry. Oh, there we go. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Isn't she pretty? Yes. So I not only got one Bendy Guy for Christmas, I got two Bendy Guys. Now, I'm not saying they're a couple. They could be friends. I'm not really sure. So remember, my fellow Toastmasters, that you can find joy and laughter in absolutely anything you do. I want to challenge you to look for a Bendy Guy in your community. He's there. I know he's there. He's on, there he is. He's on North Broadway, by golly, right in front of Chappie's and next to Kismet. His name is Larry, and I know the owner. And I said, when I come to your store tomorrow, will you take a picture of me with Larry? And she said, well, sure, you dork. No, she did not. She did not say that. She said she would be happy to do it. And so, my fellow Toastmasters and Karen, most welcome guests, everybody out in Zoom land, remember that you can be happy no matter what the circumstance. Madam Toastmaster.